Hi, this is Carl Eisenberg. I'm the president of the Wisconsin Marine Historical Society, and I welcome you today to hear a presentation by Teresa Coronado, the program manager at the Milwaukee Community Sailing Center. Teresa?
Thanks, Carl. I am the program manager at the Milwaukee Community Sailing Center, and this presentation really shows the endless possibilities of what we do as a sailing center. Sailing is what we do, and if you see the presentation, that part is actually just the tip of the iceberg. Community is who we are, which is all the rest of the iceberg. So I want to explore some of what we do at our sailing center community. First, who are we? We're a community sailing center. We are affiliated with U.S. Sailing. Our mission statement is to make Lake Michigan accessible through quality programming, which means we teach ages 8 to whatever. And what we do is we teach adult, youth, and younger youth. We start at age 8, using first-rate curriculum design and enthusiasm to teach people how to sail. Some of these pictures show what I mean by enthusiasm. Kristen Pratt is one of our lead instructors, and this was the first class, a photo from last year's first class out. She is soaking wet. She'd taken her class out. It was pelting rain. It would have been early June. But because of her enthusiasm and ability really to bring her students on board with her, what she has is laughter from her and her entire class, even though they were all just as wet as she is right there. We also have here our adults who are learning how to sail on centerboard boats. Centerboard boats are the smaller boats here. They tip over. So our adults have to be very enthusiastic to try one of those because normally they're in bigger boats. And then we have dock masters like Monica here, who are on hand at all times to fix any problems that come up or just to help people. So that's really what we do. Other things that make us who we are programs that focus on our sailing center community. Learn to Sail, which I've talked about. STEM and sailing. We have summer camp where for a week, students come down and learn some of the physics of sailing and also learn how to sail. We have enrichment programming for our members, which includes Saturday mornings, members only, where they all climb into boats together and get to go sailing. So new sailors with more veteran sailors all getting to do things they maybe don't get to do and meeting new people. And then Sunday morning racing, which is our take on not serious racing, where people get to practice and have fun with each other. Winter classes, for the past few years, because of the pandemic, we have moved our winter classes to a hybrid format. So here you can see we have multiple laptops, an iPad, a couple of other things here, a projector, and it looks like there's only 6 people in the class. But this class actually has about 30 people in it. They are just all at home watching. So that was one of my favorite things we did this year was continue our winter programming. We also have things like paint night. This is pre-pandemic, of course, but we continue to do these kinds of activities. I love the faces people are making here. We have some board members who are taking part here. Kurt Crane, who was an actual artist who thought paint night was hilarious and he loved it, even though, again, his real paintings sell for a lot of money. We have book club, Ask an Instructor, and Ask an Instructor is one of my favorite things that we did in the past 2 years because of the pandemic. And we have online Ask an Instructor. So anybody can log in and talk to any of our instructors, whether they have questions about sailing or learning to sail, boats, whatever they want. It's been a fun way to keep in touch. And then our ambassadors have been taking the lead and getting us all outside, even in non-sailing times. So this has been a lot of fun, again, for us to gather as a sailing community and really get to spend time with each other. And join us. This is where we start our outreach. Come Join Us is where we ask the community to come join us sailing. STEM and sailing field trips. So instead of students coming for summer camp, they actually come from MPS schools. We go into the schools and teach the physics, and then they come to the sailing center and get to come sailing. Summer camp outings. Local schools have done field trips for their summer camps. Boy Scouts of America and All Hands Boatworks, among others, come for parts of their own summer camp. We have teachers in training at Alverno College who have come down, and what they're doing is learning about our STEM program, learning about our sailing program, and then as they go out as educators, they're actually taking that information out into the community. We do offer our STEM and sailing programs to schools at no cost to them. And it's one of my favorite outreach programs. I love going into the schools and seeing the kids do fun things. And some of these teachers have actually joined us as members, so we get to see them more often now. And we also have Friday boat rides and Special Olympics boat rides. Friday boat rides is where members of the community come through the Milwaukee County Office of Persons with Disabilities, and we get to take them sailing. And that is, for many of our volunteers, one of their favorite parts about sailing at the sailing center is our Friday boat rides. During the pandemic last summer, we were not able to offer these, but the county office and I have worked out a system we're looking forward to trying out this year. Outside of the sailing center, oops, let me try that one again. Outside of the sailing center, we engage with the community through our connection with the harbor. We have lots of activities we do with them, including the River Keepers Parade. So the Milwaukee River Keepers do a parade every year. This past year, we got to participate with our duck floats. We had community members help us build some ducks. We put them on prams, which are our sailboats that our 8-year-olds learn. And we took them up the river, which they rarely get to do. You can see our giant inflatable flamingo was a way to get everybody's attention. And we had fun with that. The Harbor District Festivals, which are coming back this year, we have volunteers for that. Rescues. So this group of women was out on a regular Saturday morning enrichment sailing, and they saw a gentleman in the water. They did a rescue, as we teach in our classes, and helped to save him. He'd been in the water for almost an hour. And the Harbor Patrol eventually came and got him and put him in, made sure he was doing okay. But one of my favorite things is, even if you don't know who we are, if you've never seen us, our members are skilled enough that when they see somebody having trouble, they can go ahead and help one of our, Milwaukee Harbor friends who are struggling. So we actually had some rescuing happening through our membership. We have Safety Night, which for the past, I think 5 or 6 years, we have community members come to the sailing center, and then we talk about different aspects of water safety. Out of Safety Night, we have a program upcoming that I'm very excited about. The Sailing Center is part of a consortium piloting a beach ambassador program, which is focused on helping people keep informed and stay safer on Milwaukee area beaches. Last year, because of the pandemic, the Milwaukee County Parks and Beaches saw a huge increase in people enjoying the outdoors, which is fantastic. But what it also meant was that there were a few more fatalities in the water, which is less than ideal. And we wanted to find a way to make sure that people could enjoy the outdoors, be outside, and to do it safely. The consortium received $30,000 in grant funding and is working with community park systems, and the program is now a reality. The ambassadors will be walking the beaches from Memorial Day to Labor Day, and they will be talking to people about how to stay safe, water quality, water safety, what drowning looks like, so they can help other people. And the other people, part of the consortium, are here: the Sea Grant, Milwaukee Water Commons, Coastline Services, and Milwaukee River Keeper. And again, we're really excited to be part of this program because, again, even if nobody even if people on the beaches never want to come sailing, keeping them safe is just part of what we want to do as a community. And then we extend even beyond our local community. In Milwaukee and beyond, we've donated space to our grounds, on our grounds to Milwaukee County departments for meetings and retreats. We have held a blood drive at the Sailing Center every month during the pandemic, which I am especially proud of this award that we're Outstanding Service Award as a blood program partner. We have another blood drive actually tomorrow, and it filled up very early. And again, the Red Cross and Versity blood drives, we're struggling to find locations to hold their blood drives, but we have a vast amount of space we couldn't use because of the pandemic. And we're really glad we were able to offer that to them. Other things that we do beyond, we have the Midwest Women's Sailing Conference at the Sailing Center every year. We actually are having it here this year again. It is a hybrid conference, so far fewer people than normal. Every year we have a food drive. This year it was online, but we still managed to raise about $500 for Hunger Task Force. And then this year, I'm also glad to say that we're hosting the Region 5 Ensign Class Regatta in September. Region 5 is a broad version of the Midwest. So we're hoping to have 20 to 30 people from outside Milwaukee come and sail ensigns, which are a fun boat that we love having at the Sailing Center. So what we do in terms of teaching people to sail is really the tip of the iceberg of who we are. Again, the rest of this is about community. Our community, bringing people into our community, and then going out into the local communities, Milwaukee and beyond. And that's who we are at the Sailing Center, especially in the year of 2021.
Teresa, thank you very much. This was recorded on Monday, the 29th of March, 2021. The pandemic is still going on, hopefully getting better as this year progresses. And Teresa, thank you very much. I'm sure people will enjoy watching the presentation.
Thank you.